May I come in, sir?
Yes, please come, Mr. Shakeel.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Will you please take a seat?
Thank you, sir.
I found an entry in your DAF, very interesting, occasionally contributing to open source.
Yes, sir.
What exactly is that?
So open source softwares are those software which are licensed under the agreement that we can replicate their source code and make modifications according to that. So there is no IP over the source codes.
Okay. But what is the subject that you prefer to make use of this opportunity?
So I was more into development of data access technologies which were using the latest GraphQL framework. So my role was to implement some distributed algorithms.
Can you tell us what are the major criminal laws today? There have been amendments. So, can you tell us what is the title of this law that deals with criminal cases? Criminal law.
So we have recent modified the criminal laws, and so it is the
I can't hear you.
BNSS.
What does BNS stand for?
So Bharatiya Nyaya Suraksha Samhita.
Okay. Thank you.
Exploring Western music.
Yes, sir.
What do you explore in that?
So I majorly listen to rock music. So there are rock music is a very diverse genre in Western music. So I mostly try to listen to different genres.
How is it different from the Indian classical music?
So Western rock music evolved as a after post World War II. So it was more of a popular music back then, and it derives some of the elements from the earlier musical traditions. However, sir, Indian classical music has a very long history. As compared to rock, it's around 70 or 80 years. So Indian classical music is very rich and
All musical instruments have 7 keys. You understand me? 7 keys, right? Then why there is difference in the music system?
so sorry, sir, I'm not.
You are B.Tech, language separation, right? Programming. Why we are not in favor of large language model and frontier model?
So we are actively funding the development of large language models. However, the India has not taken a single bet on that. We are democratizing the access to our GPUs to wide range of sectors, for instance, research and development, and those startups who are trying to solve the indigenous problems. For instance, training large language models in regional languages. So we have seen some funding into companies, for instance, Sarvam AI and project which is Bhashini NLP. So there is funding on that. So we are not.
It's often said that these models, the large language model or frontier model, they are very opaque. There is no transparency, right? If something goes wrong, or some companies who is holding this do something wrong, how will we correcting it? How will we detecting it rather?
Yes, sir. So this criticism is due to the nature of technology itself. So the underlying technology which works on it. So there is opaqueness because current AI lacks explainability features. So, sir, for regulating that, so we need to have some sort of framework which is while we deploy these technologies in high stake sectors. So, sir, there should be some liability for harm in that manner.
Should it be regulated or should be free?
Sir, there should be some amount of regulation in that. But currently, if we see the India's progress, so we are currently lagging behind in development. So, sir, we should take a liberal stance in regulating them, sir.
You have done your math. Your subject was math. Is math optional, right? What is the contribution of Ramanujan to the mathematics discipline?
Sir, Ramanujan has contributed in multiple fields. For instance, his major contribution was in partition theory, and he also researched actively in analytical functions, which is part of complex theory, sir.
How some changes were made through 42nd Amendment. What were those changes?
Yes, sir. So during the 42nd Amendment, there were some words which were introduced in the Constitution. For instance,
What are those words?
Secular, democratic, and so third word is
Democratic are already there.
sorry, sir, if I'm not exactly able to recall.
Minhaj Shakeel.
Yes, sir.
Minhaj, you have explained what is the meaning of Shakeel?
Shakeel means beautiful.
Beautiful. So the way which you are taking is beautiful. This is the meaning, full meaning.
So originally Shakeel is my father's name. So
So that is okay. So Minhaj, you are a very well qualified computer, architectural programming, language operating system, machine learning, AI. You are getting a salary of 3,42,000, which is more than the secretary to Government of India. Even when you will become secretary, so you after 25-30 years, it will be same only. So why you are leaving such a lucrative job?
sir, for the salary part, I would say, sir, Government of India also provides multiple facilities which would amount to this amount. And so, for my reasons, sir, I had a rewarding career in computer science, and this shows that I have been hardworking and dedicated and a problem solver. And now I aspire to solve problems related to governance, which would also give me a direct engagement, which would be very fulfilling for my journey.
Okay, this is semantics. Now let me come to the digital part.
Okay.
Straight. I am very much worried about the digital frauds. There was barter system, then came the rupee, now digital currency and digital frauds. You are a computer person, you are also contributing to the open source. That will be my next question, what you are actually contributing. But there is one computer, there is an account, there is a service provider. Why digital fraud? Somewhere something is, I'm not able to understand.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Layman language.
yes, sir. Sir, digital frauds in Indian context, it mostly major part of it's coming from. So since we have large number of population who are the first time users of these digital services, so there are instances of identity theft. For instance, if we look at the uh, bank correspondents which assist people in withdrawing cash through fingerprints, so sometimes they fill some large amount of money. For instance, if someone is trying to withdraw 2,000, they will fill 4,000, and the person would not be able to know it. So, sir, in Indian context, it is mostly.
Let's come to the digital aspect. Amount is taken from somebody's account, credited into somebody's account. The bank people are not that way held accountable. The person loses the money. If we put such bank manager behind bars, will it solve the problem?
Sir, I don't think this will solve the problem.
Put the service, then reduce the service provider because he is the medium.
So, bank frauds are also there are a variety of frauds. For instance, if there is case of identity impersonation, so I think service provider has
Accounts are
nothing to do.
opened on the basis of the physical presence of the person.
So after the accounts of transactions also happen, so bank might not be able to identify whether the original person has done the transaction or someone is impersonating.
So means you feel that the digital fraud will continue.
So we are actively creating awareness in our economy. So if even if we call someone, so on caller tune also there are messages being disseminated for that, sir.
What is cryptocurrency then?
So cryptocurrencies are built on, sir, distributed technology, for instance, blockchain. So in that sense, sir, there is no single person who is regulating that currency. So it is.
So if we divide our total budget on the same technology, blockchain technology, each and every rupee can be accounted for.
Yes, sir, we can account it.
So you can make some revolutionary innovation in the budget system where when the finance minister gives to the different ministries, down to the different schemes, down to the different states and all those things, they can be accounted for.
Yes, sir. Blockchain, sir, if we implement it on that scale, so it would definitely.
So you have not given such a solution and a suggestion to the government. You will be able to implement subsequently.
So I would try my best to implement these
So
technologies.
that's why you're joining the civil service.
Sir, there is a part of me, yes, sir.
Okay. So if that is the situation, in the crypto there is a currency has a flag and a nation. Currency has a flag, dollar, rupee, whatever, dharam. Where is the flag and where is the nation in the crypto? Should it not be banned?
Sir, flag. Sir, I've not read it.
Crypto is it's a basically illegal instrument in that case, and we have not banned it.
So I think we should regulate it.
Why? Something which is wrong should be regulated.
So it's not
Who is
about.
the owner of the crypto?
So there is no single person who
So
is.
it's some businessman who has invented.
So there are some speculations that the person Satoshi
What is this
Nakamoto.
SIR nowadays? We are listening not about SIR. What is this SIR?
So SIR stands for Special Intensive Revision, and it's an exercise conducted by Election Commission of India to update our electoral rules.
Which rule or which law has been invoked?
So Representation of People Act 1950.
And which article, section?
So I think 21, sir.
You have contributed something to the open source. What you are contributing occasionally. What is that?
So earlier I used to contribute more actively, but I was also working. So I was mostly implementing the distributed algorithms for improving the efficiency of the data access systems.
Don't you think these advanced developed countries now they are controlling the entire world, not giving technologies, then we don't have the source code, keeping servers in their country. Shall we not one line law in the country? Any technology which doesn't have the source code should not be allowed to operate in the boundaries of the country. It will be progressive or it will be regressive.
So if we want to regulate them, sir, so this outrightly banning that company which is.
China has banned Google.
So, but sir, they have developed their own ecosystem also. So currently, sir, we are lagging behind in that. So first, sir, we should we should try to become sovereign in these technologies, and then, sir, we can think about how to reduce the dependence on them.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.